Hey, what's up, cats and kittens, and shout out to all my Cerebralites. It is me, the Cerebral Diva, back with another episode of everyone's favorite RealiTEA, and that is TEA because I give it to you piping hot. So grab your cup, grab your saucer, gather around, and let's all take a sip of this piping hot Real Housewives of Atlanta tea. So by now you know that the reunion's over. The fallout ensues. It looks like Phaedrea is out. Looks like Nene and Kim are both officially coming back. It also looks like Portia may potentially be out. But even still, everyone's sort of making the media rounds and sort of talking to the press and sort of giving their 2 cents about what happened and why it happened, and what's going to happen moving forward. And the most recent person to speak out is Kandi, who was sort of the epicenter of the drama. Now, I haven't listened to this interview, so I'm going to be listening to it along with you guys. So what I'm going to do, and listen, you guys, when you listen to these things, keep in mind, I have a life. So if you hear my alerts going off on my phone, I apologize. Don't judge me. You know, I'm popular. What can I say? So I have to respond. I'll try to turn them down as much as possible. But at the same time, if I'm texting, if you hear messages coming in, look, just deal with it. Just focus on Kandi. Don't worry about my alerts. It's not your business. Get out of my business. I'm not in yours. So let's listen to what Kandi has to say, and we'll be back right after that to sort of add our 2 cents into it as well. Give me just 1 second.
Good morning, Kandi.
Good morning.
How
y'all
doing?
You said
Okay.
the brand.
The brand. That's what you got. The brand. Okay.
The brand.
Watching it last night. Well, you had a viewing party, right?
Oh yeah. We
watch party.
Yeah, watch party at the old lady gang we have
At the restaurant.
Yeah, for the past few Sundays we've been there watching the show.
Watching it all over again. And did you get upset all over again?
I did, and I wasn't even expecting that. My eyes were actually tearing up while I was watching it. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Oh, I thought somebody said something.
No.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, for me, I just couldn't believe she would go that far. Like, I knew that we weren't, cool anymore, but for her to actually make up something and tell it to the girl, for her to say it on national TV and try to damage me like that in that way.
Right.
It's like, okay, come on, I know we throw shade at each other. Or,
You said that last night.
but this is a whole new low,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drugging people.
Yeah, you can't just do that. And then to me, I feel like it's like, okay, you want to tear down my businesses and stuff like that. Obviously, you're trying to come at me in a way where people won't respect me anymore.
Right.
And, and clearly they just was saying whatever to try to, I guess, quote unquote, take me down, I guess.
Right. Because you said last night about the hashtag, Kandi, a.k.a. Bill Cosby.
Yes.
When people started, hearing all that stuff, and did people come to you on a business tip and go, I don't know about these relationships? Were you at all worried that this might damage your brand?
Oh, I was definitely worried. Because one of my businesses is Bedroom Candy, and so to me, it's all about, people already want to, make sex look like it's something negative anyway.
Right.
So it's like if you, do anything or participate in something like drugging and all that kind of stuff, like
It's not gonna be good.
That's totally. People don't even want to have anything to do with you when you have something to do with a scandal that. So look at all the other people that are going through scandals where they've been accused of things. Like they don't even normally get a chance to have their day in court or speak up for themselves before all the brands pull out from them.
Right.
They're not used for anything anymore. It's like stay away from that person.
Exactly.
And so to me, I feel like that was kind of what she was trying to accomplish with me. But that wasn't the only thing. It was so much going on. So to me, that was just like the icing on the cake.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, you already, we had the whole situation with the Johnny thing when, she was trying to be sued.
Right.
$168,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. Then there was this other, situation where, I told you, I felt like, she was trying to say negative things on me at the city of Atlanta with my restaurant or whatever. And so, I was already feeling a certain kind of way, like, dang, like, what's her problem with me? But when this happened, and it's like, okay, you totally made up something, like you have gone so far to where I guess it wasn't good enough, the things that you could say that could possibly be bad, but you had to make up something because you couldn't find something enough to really hurt me. You know what I mean? It was bad. And then on, like, okay, when the whole situation had me totally done, but when I was trying to figure out, like, well, how did you even believe this, Portia? You know, and when they were saying, when she said, well, she told me this right before we had the conversation. Okay, so just to be clear for everybody so you understand, if you watch the show, the day that Portia and I had the little sit down and was cussing each other out on the patio.
Right.
Okay, so basically, we knew we were going to have that conversation because it was after they had put out the other rumors on me or whatever. So it's like, okay, she knew it was going to be a bad conversation. So basically, y'all got together the day before. You knew you was going to have to face me.
Right.
And y'all did, and she told you that, oh, I tried to drug you, so that you could say this on national TV, because they knew we were supposed to be having this conversation on camera. So she told you that so that you would try to come at me with this fake info on camera, intentionally.
Right.
And it's like, okay, how you believe it? Because me and Portia haven't even been hanging together in the past year. I haven't even invited her anywhere or tried to even hang out other than when we're on the show. So how you believe that? And me and Phaedrea haven't really even talked. You know, we've been on bad terms like for the last few years. So when was I supposed to have told her that?
You know, the thing that was surprising to a lot of people and millions of viewers around the world, because it is a worldwide, you know, global phenomenon, was the fact that when you said, and what other cast members said, was like, if it had not come out last night, it would have just gone on as a lie that would never go away. Well, you more surprised by that if she had not challenged her and said, no, you told me that, that it would have just went on.
Yes, she was going to try to just like keep going like nothing even happened, because I mean, and I'm like, okay, every time the subject came up, Phaedrea had never said a word. Never. Like when Portia and I got in an argument in Hawaii, and I was pleading to Phaedrea, like you know, I would never do anything like that. She was just sitting there, like, you know, had that face, like, no, you wouldn't, but she didn't say anything. You know what I mean?
Because
but
she knew she was the one behind it.
But who would have known that? Who would have known that she was the one behind it? And then it's like looking back at it, it's just like, wow. In my mind, I'm like, okay, well, how was Portia feeling that day, knowing that she had told her that and she wasn't even saying anything, never said, I heard or nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's just like, okay, now that Portia put you on blast, now you want to say, oh, well, somebody told me that. What?
Well, she even tried to challenge Portia during one segment where she was like, I don't know if you heard it wrong. And people like, what? And then Tom was like, here come the spin.
Because listen, Portia was saying that she had told her that multiple times, because obviously she told her, you know, back when we was taping. But that week, I had sent Portia a cease and desist because she had kept, you know, saying, well, people told me, you know, and even if it's not true, if somebody keeps saying, well, I had heard it, somebody said it, then that gives some people something to run with. So I was like, she gonna stop saying that. Like, you gonna stop. And so that's why I sent her, I'm gonna send you the cease and desist, because you can't keep saying that like it could be possibly true. And so I guess when I said that to her, she had another conversation with Phaedrea, and Phaedrea said it to her again. That week, the same week we taped the reunion. So I was like, what?
You got log on to watch V103.com and see Kandi live in the studio. Congratulations to Ken Ware of I Thought you're going to see Future tomorrow night.
Congratulations,
First
Ken.
show sold out. Ken, you'll be there tomorrow night at Lakewood Amphitheater. And we got fans and friends. Any way that they can come back, we'll talk about it when we come back. And V103 exclusive with
Phaedrea, speak.
Because she don't have to say what someone told me.
Phaedrea, you knew she was bringing it out on television. I mean, why? Are you that mad at her?
No, I'm not that mad at her. I mean,
do you think she was capable of it?
I was repeating something. I shouldn't have repeated it. But you set her up to say it. Right? You used me. She used me to hurt you.
Why tell Portia you heard it directly from Kandi?
I mean, at the time when I was giving her all the information, I mean, I
just say a lie. Just say a lie. Like, we respect that more.
You gave her a whole bunch of stuff to say to me. No, and then when you saw us blow up on each other at the Hawaii, you didn't say anything.
Oh my God.
I'm watching your face.
It's a lot.
It's a whole lot.
Yes.
Kandi live in the studio. Log on to watch V103.com and see her here live. Okay, let me ask you, because you know we watch these reality shows and sometimes you see, you know, things are done for editing purposes. All those pauses when they were asking her, what you gotta say, and she just had a look on her face. That was all in real time.
Well, I mean, of course they edit some, but at the end of the day, that was pretty much how it was. Like, she didn't really have much to say for herself. She didn't even really try to defend it, really. Like, she just was like, at first she was like, well, you know, somebody told me. And then when Portia started coming with, look, don't make me have to, you told me that she said it directly to you. Don't make me have to come with text messages. And then she was like, well, you know, it was bad judgment. I was just trying to make sure you had the information. That's what she said at one point. I wanted to make sure you had the information because she knew that me and Portia had a sit down that we were supposed to have on camera. So she wanted to make sure she had all the information before the meeting. And I'm like, no, you just wanted to make sure she said that on camera. Like, that was just terrible. And I felt like she had no remorse. It was just like, whatever.
Like a sociopath.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a part where you checked Andy, which I keep talking about because I thought that was very important considering, you know, Andy's made a gazillion dollars. He got another new show and you were like, what you think about all that? And he was like, about what? He was like, you know what I'm talking about? You know what? And I was like, whoa! That's when I knew, like, you were like, you checked him like, bruh.
Well, I wasn't trying to check him, but I guess, yeah. Well, my whole thing was, okay, you know, we're put in the hot seat daily. You know what I mean? But, you know, they get to reap the benefits or whatever, but they don't have to deal with their brands getting messed up. So in my mind, I'm like, well, how do you feel about it? What do you think? You keep asking me what I think. Like, well, what are you going to do about this? Like, is this something that, are y'all going to accept this? Like, is it okay for people to just come on the show now and just make up lies about, you know, different cast members and put it out there on television for the world to see? You know, like, do you think that's okay?
So what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I don't know, because, I mean, obviously we don't control the show or whatever.
I know, but Kandi, come on, Kandi. You've been accused of being a rapist.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay.
Like,
even hearing you say that makes my
saying.
cringe.
You've been accused of being a rapist and drugging people, and that you had all this plot with your husband, the father of your children, that y'all were in cahoots together. How does that fly for another season?
It can't fly. It cannot fly, and that's what I don't know. I don't know what their plans are. That can't fly. Wow. It just cannot.
You were speaking about brands earlier, and you know, we were sitting in here before you got here talking about, you know, we looked at Phaedrea as, you know, she's this attorney, and you know, everybody's got a brand. Everybody's got to move on with their life, even after the show is over. I mean, the credibility of moving on with your life, because everybody was tweeting and Facebooking and saying, that's it for her, the end, we don't trust her anymore.
She did that. Like, my thing is, nobody cared when they were tweeting and talking bad about me and calling me Bill Cosby. Nobody was feeling bad then.
Yeah.
They were okay with it. So it's just like, okay, now that your lies has been put out there on the table for everybody to see, you just don't have to deal with it the way I did. Like, this was a very tough year for me. Like,
and Andy said that last night.
It was extremely tough. Every single week, almost, I was in the middle of the thick of drama or whatever, and that's not even me. Like, I don't have a whole bunch of drama with people like that. But the whole time I've been on this show, I may have an argument here or there, but it's never been a situation where I was the one that was constantly having drama with somebody on the show the whole season. You know, so this was a hard year for me. And not to say that, you know, it's big. I mean, I get it. You know, we signed up for this show or whatever, but at least let me deal with something that's true. You know what I mean? At least if you're going to shade me, let's be on the truthful playing field. Don't make up stuff. Because you can't, it's hard to defend yourself against a lie. You know, because it's just like if somebody's team freaking frack, then they go hard for that person. They team Kandi, they go hard for me.
Right.
So it's like you gotta understand. I got people even now. It was people I had some. I don't see what the big deal is. You don't see what the big deal is.
Give me your job today, and then they was like, you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
They said you're a rapist.
Right.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll be clock in. Where clock in?
Yeah.
No, they said you also drug people, and you have a sex dungeon. Oh, really? Well, what we going to eat? What y'all going to? We going to Chick-fil-A?
You gotta understand, like, even if somebody say that they don't necessarily believe it, it's still gonna be that stigma where people like, well, don't put your drink down around her.
Right.
You know, I don't even drink. I never do drugs. I don't even believe in all that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for her
to turn up naturally.
Yeah, basically. I feel like I'm a fun person. I don't need all that stuff. I mean, being in the entertainment business since I was a teenager, you know, it's always those rumors of people, you know, getting on drugs and messing their life up. So that was always a thing for me. I never wanted to be that person.
Right.
So for them to put that on me just made me feel like, what? I just couldn't believe it.
Well, you're going to be a box set. They already got it right here. Season 9. Kandi's Curse. I just saw it. I saw it on Amazon. I just saw it on Amazon.
No.
You're a box set.
No.
Kandi's Curse, Season 9.
What does Ace have to say about all this?
I saw Ace get turned up on some Future the other day.
Oh, Ace loves Future.
Oh my God.
So, you know, somebody said on Twitter, and I got to go back to read the tweet, they said that this would not have happened if you had not issued the cease and desist to Portia. They said she was more afraid about the legal.
Okay, I remember that part. Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, Portia never said who told her.
Right. So
we would have never found out that this was going on had, you know, Portia felt the need to go ahead and put it out there on the last day, you know, the reunion. And I totally agree with them. Like, to this day, people would still be running around, you know, contemplating whether or not I actually did that or not, or I actually said that. You know, it's people on here. I saw somebody tweet, well, you know, Kandi did seem like she would do something like that.
Wow.
Really?
You tweeted something last night. You said the B word, though. You was like, did B say it?
Oh, yeah. No, this is the part that really cracked. It really threw me off because, you know, obviously I only know what happens while I'm sitting there on camera. It's not until I watch it back that I hear the behind the scenes. So when I saw Phaedrea go into the room with Portia, was like, well, you know, I just wanted to tell you, because Portia was like, why would you say that to me? And she was like, well, you know, I just didn't want, what if something would have happened to you? Then I would have felt bad. So she was still talking like it was true. Even after she's been blasted, that it was not true. Nobody told you that. I never told you that. And you still telling this girl, trying to put in her head, well, you know, I would have been a bad friend if I wouldn't have told you what if something happened to you? Really? I just couldn't believe she did that. That's why I was done. I was done. This lady, those sorries did not mean nothing. She was, you know, her face was cold as ice, and she was cold as ice sitting there. She had no problem with putting those rumors out there, and she had, you know,
did she call you collateral damage on one of the shows?
Last week when they talked about the rumors that they put out there about Shamia, you know, she was like, well, I was just mad at Shamia. Kandi, you were just collateral damage. Oh, okay. So you mad at Shamia, so you made that one up. Then it came out the whole Marvin story. She made that up too. She was the one who told Portia that apparently this was a story for those who don't know. They had said that my husband goes around in New York telling women his name is Marvin to meet women. Right. Now, in real life, people recognize Todd before they recognize me on the street. So when they said that, I was like, how is he going around telling people his name is Marvin? Then on top of that, since Todd's mother died, he has not been to New York by himself without me. Okay? He does not feel comfortable just being up there. So like he'll go if I'm going. Right. But he don't just make trips to New York
to meet women.
No. So I was
what's so cheap with him? Everybody knows who Todd is.
I was just like, okay.
You know who Marvin is.
Right.
Messy Marvin. I felt so mask on. I was like, we were all watching it last night, and I think just people's mouths around the world were like, what the heck is going on?
I really did not think she would go that far. I really did not. I mean, I know, you know, we've had our problems or whatever, but I really didn't think she would go as far as to make something up like that. And then not just to make it up, but to say that I said it out of my own mouth and told that to her. I was like, really? You gonna repeat that to that girl? And she admitted that she repeated it to the girl that said, I told it to her.
Did you feel sorry for Portia at all?
No. No, because I'm like...
Because she knows you, right? She should know you.
First of all, Portia no good and dang on well. I would never do that to her. I would have no reason to. Okay, let's be clear. And, you know, I didn't even get like, okay, so you didn't even question it at all. You know, and then not only
the source.
You felt comfortable enough to say that on camera the first time you ever say that to me.
Right.
Like that was, you know, like come on, for real.
Okay. The last question that people are asking. Your brand, you've done a lot. Would you ever consider suing her for this defamation?
Oh my God. Yeah, actually, I have thought about it. I said I have to talk to my attorneys and see like how do they feel like
damage has been done.
The damage definitely has been done. They, you know, had told me I should sue Portia at first, and when it came out at the reunion that, you know, Portia got the information from Phaedrea, I was like, you know what? Let's just hold up until you guys get to see this whole thing, and I will get their opinion on how they think I should handle it, and go forward from there. The only thing is, lawsuits are stressful. I'm already dealing with
expensive.
I'm already dealing with that stuff with Johnny, so that's the only thing that's making me feel like, oh my God. I was like, well, how much overtime you doing, buddy? Like that's a hell of a overtime.
But how big of it for him though to actually go out and find aunties to be a part of the old lady gang and give you that
I said that dude, he ought to be shaming himself for that one.
He said that
I don't believe he was walking into Phaedrea's office.
He said it was his idea for the old lady gang. That he gave that to Kandi.
He said that he was doing a restaurant and that I took his idea. Oh, like, boy, bye.
All right, Kandi.
And I want to make this clear. He said on there that I had went with him to see locations or whatever. And I saw online somebody posted a location. I want to be very clear for everybody who lives in Atlanta. The only place I went to see with him, because he did tell me he was going to get he was looking at event spaces because he has an event.
Right.
It was one building. It's on the front of Martin Luther King, but the back of it is on Bishop T.P. Burris Senior Street.
Okay.
The line is my grandfather's street that runs in the back of that building. So I told him, if you don't get it, I may want to get it because it's my grandfather's street. It's right next to the church that my great-grandfather started. And that's why I was looking at the property, not because of him. Okay? So I just want to make that clear. Y'all can go to the street, and then it's the same street, the front of it, Martin Luther King, the church right there, and behind it, right there where the McDonald's is on Avenue, you know, it's like that. The back side of that is T.P. Burris Street. Go look at it. You'll see. So you know I'm not lying. Okay.
Thank you, Kandi.
Yes.
Oh, girl, you have cleared up a lot this morning.
I gotta clear my name, apparently.
Girl, we got it.
Now, outside of that, everybody stopped by Tags today, shop with us. Old Lady Gang is closed on Monday, but you come see me tomorrow.
See? You put a lot of work to get all this stuff done.
Hey, and I'm gonna keep going because you know what? I'm trying to build a legacy for my children and everybody, you know, and the people that work with me. You know what I looked at the other day?
What?
I had 71 employees at Old Lady Gang who are happy to be there. Okay? And so to me, I am providing jobs for other people. Like, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Bedroom Kandi, we have over 2,000 consultants across the country that's getting paid and making real money. So stop playing with me and my brand. It's not about just me. You're affecting other people.
And there you have it. Kandi in her own words. Now, a couple quick takeaways from that interview. It looks like, to me, Phaedrea definitely isn't coming back. It looks like Kandi kind of hinted at she issued an ultimatum to Bravo. Either Phaedrea goes or I go. Another takeaway from the interview was that I've been wondering for the longest why there isn't a defamation suit against Phaedrea. Because based on the fact that She's been hurling these libelous allegations at Kandi for quite some time. One would think that there would be a lawsuit pending, but it looks like she's contemplating that. So there's possibly more fallout to ensue. I just think Phaedrea at this point needs to just go on an apology tour and just do as much as she can to atone for what she's done. Because to me, the energy that I get from Kandi, I feel like if Phaedrea came and issued a wholehearted apology, and Kandi takes her apologies serious. This is actually why Escape broke up, because one of the Scott sisters accused Kandi of sleeping with someone that she didn't sleep with, and Kandi was so affected by that lie that she walked away from the group as a whole. So we know Kandi is very convicted to protecting her reputation. So it looks like she's contemplating a lawsuit, but I think it would behoove Phaedrea to just simply apologize in a very real and a very public way. But since she's embarrassed Kandi publicly, the only way to atone, in my opinion, is to do, take out a full-page ad in the Atlanta Constitution or whatever the newspaper is in Atlanta. I don't live there. Go on a radio tour apologizing, trying to make amends as best you can. And to me, it seems like Kandi would probably more than likely take the apology and forego a lawsuit. But Phaedrea is such a prideful person. I can't see her doing that either. Anyhow, you guys, you've heard the interview. You've heard Kandi in her own words. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. As always, in closing, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It's me, the Cerebral Diva. Oh, and if you want to contact me regarding Ask a Diva, where you can pose any questions, things that you have going on in your life, things that you want to see on this channel, things that you want to talk about, whatever's going on in your life. If you want to ask a diva, you can write me at cerebraldiva@yahoo.com. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Ciao.